Hey anyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Abhi on Camera, where today we're watching the first episode of Ahsoka. First thing, it's really weird to be sitting here recording during the daytime. I don't do that very often, especially for this stuff. They usually come out at midnight, but this time they're like, yeah, 6 p.m. PST. I'm like, what? It's an odd feeling to be here so early. I'm sure a few other people may say something similar, but I'm a fan of Star Wars, not because of the movies, but because of Star Wars The Clone Wars. I watched those first. I watched those for years and rewatched them. It took years for me to even look at the movies. I thought, oh, they were old. I didn't want to watch them. So my source of fandom was Star Wars The Clone Wars. But more than that, there was Star Wars Rebels, which came out when I was in high school. And that show, to this day, is my favorite piece of Star Wars media. Right? I love that beyond anything. And as many of you know who watched the show, when it came to an end, it felt like, well, this is it. This is the end. We'll never see these people again. Maybe if we're ever going to get answers to what happens at that finale, it'll happen in like a comic book or something. But I could never have dreamed that not only would we be getting kind of a sequel show, it would be a live action sequel show. It's insane. Now I know, I get it. This is Ahsoka's show. So less of a Rebel sequel than I want it to be. But we're still gonna see Ahsoka. We're gonna see Sabine. We're gonna see Ezra eventually. This is insane. I cannot. It's insane. So I'm not gonna waste any more time. It's already 6:01. If you enjoyed this video, consider hitting the like button. If you want to see more of my reactions to this show and to Star Wars, consider hitting the subscribe button. And if you don't want to do either, then let's just get into the episode. Oh, red Star Wars. It's like Clone Wars. The evil Galactic Empire has fallen and a new republic has arisen to take its place. However, sinister agents are already at work to undermine the fragile peace. I can't do the Clone Wars guy. This guy's voice. A plot is underway to find the lost Imperial Grand Admiral Thrawn and bring him out of exile. Once presumed dead, rumors are spreading of Thrawn's return, which would galvanize the Imperial remnants and start another war. Former Jedi Knight Ahsoka Tano has captured one of Thrawn's allies and learned of a secret map, which is vital to the enemy's plan. Ahsoka now searches them for the map as her prisoner, Morgan Elsebeth, is transported to the New Republic for trial. Ooh, if I'm making it feel like a movie. Wait, this is from the trailer, right? This is where those two Dark Jedi guys will show up. Ooh. That's a sweet. That looks like Ahsoka's ship, though. I think we're getting punked here. Like, we're expecting Ahsoka to show up, but then Balin.
Signal them to come aboard. I want to meet these Jedi.
Yeah, see, they're talking about multiple, which means it's the bad guys. Don't forget to hydrate, folks. But no, this isn't Ahsoka's ship. I'm an idiot. This is the bad guys. Ahsoka's using a T6, right? Oh my god. It's one of those. I can't tell you how stupid these things looked in the. I thought they looked in the animation. Right, you got the entire like wing segment of an Imperial shuttle, and then you just put a circular bubble on the front of that. It looks so out of place. I feel so bad that he's gone, that he passed away.
You put on a good show, but
I didn't recognize him in most of his roles, right? It's like apparently he was in Thor. I certainly didn't connect the dots when I saw him in the trailer here that he was the same guy who was the bad guy in RRR.
Allow me to show you our identification.
Yeah, here's my lightsaber. Murder! Wonder if he'll explain the lightsaber colors.
You're right about one thing, Captain. We are no Jedi.
That's not your line, you've stolen it. Hello. Generally did not think you'd be important when we saw you in Mandalorian. Ahsoka. Dave Filoni's favorite character. It's nuts. Oh god. You can go watch Part 1, Master and Apprentice. I knew you had a title. Is Sabine gonna have force powers? They insinuated that with the trailers, and I'm like, do you develop force powers like after Rebels, or are they just like twisting it? The thing though, I'm also curious from the trailers whether she's gonna become Ahsoka the White, like she did in the epilogue of Rebels, or they're just gonna like brush that to the side. Seeing an old ruined temple like this puts me back into playing the Jedi games. Fallen Order and Survivor. I'm glad that her Leku are a bit longer, but honestly, just like, I don't know, you could have used a little CGI to CGI to give them the proper length, but you know, these shows, they really like leaning heavy on the practical. Also, the Star Wars galaxy is full of secret maps and compasses to hard-to-reach sections of the galaxy. Those lines remind me of the World Between Worlds. Does Dave Filoni have the guts to pull that into live action? Oh, you know what that reminds me of? The map from Treasure Planet. David Tennant returns to Star Wars.
Yay.
I remember Hugh Yang. I watched him for ages. I remember the day when I was rewatching Clone Wars and finally found out Hugh Yang was David Tennant. I'm like, you're what? Oh, hi. He's this big actor that I know has been in Star Wars in this puny little droid role this whole time, and I just didn't know. Is it just me, or have they severely shortened her secondary lightsaber? Or maybe I should have rewatched that Mandalorian episode. It's been a while. Sorry, I'm feeling sick, and I just couldn't skip this. As much as I'm happy hearing Rosario Dawson and seeing her as Ahsoka, there was a little part of me that hoped they would do that thing from the Solo, where they had one actor do them physically, but still had the voice actor from the show do the overdub.
If you didn't keep it, let's just say I didn't follow standard Jedi protocol.
Anakin's standard protocol.
Fulcrum, this is Home 1. Do you copy?
Aha, Fulcrum!
Come in, Home One.
Hera! Oh god. Hi.
I prepared a briefing to get you caught up.
Just like
The
old
voices. The
times.
voice is gonna get hard to get used to, but I'll have to do it.
Perhaps one of them was once a Jedi.
Come on, Hugh Yang, you should be able to recognize,
Possibly.
or at least recognize the lightsaber.
Yang, make a copy of this recording. Run a match on the lightsabers.
Okay, good. You actually remembered that.
What's their connection to Morgan Elsebeth?
And Ezra.
Thrawn.
And Ezra.
I started hearing whispers of his return, which led me to Morgan.
Come on, you know Hera cares more about
He
Ezra.
was a great ally of Thrawn's during Imperial rule.
If Thrawn survived, does
Thank
that
you.
mean Ezra?
Yes, Ezra. Ezra's alive. How many episodes we'll have to wait to see my boy again? Both all in live action. I can hardly believe
On
it.
this day, several years ago, the Empire was defeated.
Wait.
Thanks to the heroic efforts of Commander
Hey, it's
Richard,
you!
who
You're in live action
sacrificed
too!
himself to liberate our world.
Oh, see? Again, the voice actor can play him in live
Stands
action.
in recognition, who fought so valiantly on our
I
behalf.
saw that wall at Comic-Con.
May their courage.
It was
commitment
such a
never be
moment
forgotten.
to look at it and be like, it's here in live action in
Here
front
to
of me.
say a few words is one of those rebel leaders,
Looks like you reinstated as governor.
Commander Sabine Wren.
You really didn't confirm she was here? You fools?
Allow me to introduce Senator Jai Cal.
Jai?
Who'll share with us
Jack is this a senator?
wisdom.
Thank you, Governor Azadi, for that introduction.
Rebels fan here, just
Security, I went a full
squealing
perimeter.
with glee.
Sabine.
Running Sabine. Oh, I like the long hair, Sabine. I'm really, really sad she'll be cutting it off. Spectre 2-1. Other people took the Spectre. No, you should have kept it with just the crew. All right. I guess you could expand the call sign. I got one of those helmets.
Get lost.
Huh? Well, I hear the Sabine there. Still a different voice, but dialogue is there. I mean, you could have just jumped into the other lane, but I guess this is more cooler. His tower. It's a Lothcat. I even saw that Lothcat in Comic-Con.
Hey, Sabine.
Hi, Ezra.
Sorry for disappearing on you. As a Jedi.
Alright,
sometimes you
so
have
they're
to make
adding
a
on
decision
to his
no one else
epilogue.
can.
I wonder if this
We're not
show will
really
make their
family.
romance.
But you're like a sister to me.
Shit, well, that answers that,
I
doesn't
know
it?
your fight isn't over.
What was this place?
I would like to know that answer too.
An ancient temple built by my ancestors, the Night Sisters of Dathomir.
Wait, what? This is a Night Sister temple? Huh.
You're a witch.
You seem to have very little tattoos for a surviving Night Sister of
A
Dathomir.
survivor.
Which, what, brings the total up to 3?
Ahsoka Tano's former apprentice is on the Thal.
Huh?
You're looking for Sabine Wren.
Is she... Did you give Sabine Jedi powers retroactively? Because if you did, I would finally come to terms with her not getting the dark side. It's so weird. It looks like the thing, it's just so... It's Rebels. It's a Rebels place, but it's so... high def. Oh, there's Ezra's helmets. There's the shot. Direct from Rebels, but... Is it though? Are they just mirroring it?
Hello, Hu Yang? Still in one piece?
Somehow.
Yes, and still 75% original parts.
75% original parts. And that's quite an achievement.
Well then.
The map stays here.
And do you think your Padawan will listen to you? Come on, Ahsoka.
Okay.
Did you do that with Anakin? I've thought about Ahsoka teaching someone, but after all these years, it's... Sabine Wren. Probe droids. Always with our goddamn probe droids.
I don't understand why things have to be so difficult.
You...
Considering your history, I'd say that's expected.
Come
But
on.
you and I both know Sabine gives you the best chance of reading that map.
I do like that there's a little bit of, like,
You're right.
revenge.
Just
Karma.
wish
That's the better word for how
She
annoying
changed a
Sabine,
little.
like, Ahsoka was for Anakin.
she's still just as stubborn and bullish as ever.
Look who's talking!
Mandalorian. I bet your master found you difficult at times.
At times.
Anakin never got to finish my training.
Psst. He still trained you for
By the end
years.
of the Clone Wars, I walked away from him. And the Jedi.
Let's be frank. Your training was all but finished. It was Anakin's letting go that was the problem at the end.
Sabine. Sometimes even the right reasons have the wrong consequences.
Correct.
What do we do then?
Move on. You should know that by now. Wow. Now it really reminds me of Treasure Planet.
It would take me years to unlock its... Hey. What? It's a map.
Come on, Sabine. Jetpack. There it is. I can see it in the foreground. Put your armor on, girl. Come on, Sabine. Let's see how trained you are, Sabine. Kanan, Ezra, Ahsoka. Should be pretty handy with that blade by now, but... You know, this is only episode 1, so... Come on, Sabine. Ooh! Straight through the chest. Don't worry, the chest wounds aren't a big deal anymore. Thanks to in Star Wars. Just gonna end there? Dave Filoni. Ooh, written by Dave, production by Dave Filoni, written by Dave Filoni, created by Dave Filoni. This ending. That's it. Usually those kind of openings kind of like zoom out to show us the whole picture. Alright, that was part 1, Master and Apprentice. I'm not going to do too long of an ending here because I just want to move on to the next episode, but it does my heart good to go back to Lothal and just see these old characters again. I mean, Jaikel, like Governor Azadi. Oof, like normal people wouldn't understand that, but people who've seen Rebels, they know. As I said in the reaction, it's going to take some getting used to, you know, their live action personas and their different voices, but it's alright. I just love the fact that this is happening. This first episode on its own was definitely good, right? Bringing in this idea that Sabine Wren is Ahsoka's apprentice, and she's just as tough of an apprentice as Ahsoka was to Anakin. Anakin was to Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan was to Qui-Gon. This is just how their, you know, Jedi line is. You're a pain in the butts to your master. And the masters are always confused about it. I see now that I think what they're doing is that they're not only retconning the details of the epilogue, right? Ahsoka the White won't happen, but they're also like extending time, right? As the epilogue happened, it looked like Ahsoka was coming, and then Sabine went to go meet her at the picture thing, and it's like, let's go get Ezra. But actually, it's like, okay, now this is retconning into like, okay, she came, stuff happened, and then, like, looking at the thumbnail for the next episode, that's when the next half of the Rebels epilogue is going to be. Honestly, I can't think. There's another episode there. I want to watch it. So if you want to hear me talk more, then go watch that next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Was your favorite part of this episode? And what can you wait to see in the rest of this show? Over here is the next reaction whenever that comes out. Over here is a post to my videos. On my face is the subscribe button. Like, comment, subscribe, criticize even. I don't mind. See ya.